Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you the easiest way to draft a shirt pattern. This is the measurement that we are going to use. As you can see, the back is 17 inches. The chest is 38 inches. Stomach is 35 inches. The hip is 40 inches. The shirt length is 26 inches. The sleeve length is 9, and then around arm is 12. Now we have to start by transcribing our measurements on the cardboard. For now, this is what will serve as our material. So stay with me. So before you start putting your measurement on the material, you have to leave 2 inches down the material. 2 inches. As you can see, 2 inches. Then you join the lines. So we are now going to make use of the measurement. Now the full shirt length is 26 inches. We will start from here and measure 26 inches. You can see 26 here. Do the same thing here. Then I will join them. So now we are going to partition our measurement here. As you can see, we have the chest, stomach, hip. We have to locate where each of these measurements will be on the material. So standard measurement I use for where the shirt should be is 9 inches. And the stomach 14 inches. Now this is the hip line. The whole of this line is the hip line. Now we have to locate where our waist line will be. And then I use 19 for the waistline. So we have to join our lines. Like this. So this one serves as the shoulder line, the chest line, the stomach, the waist, and the hip line. So we have to carve out or draft our neck. With the neck, I will measure 3 inches here. This one is an adult measurement. 3 inches down here. So I will use my right angle and I'll measure 3 inches. 3 inches. So I can join them now. Now you can see the human neck is not as square as you see it here. Seems a bit round or circular. So I'll use what we call the French curve to carve out the curvy neck. That's nicely drawn. Now we have to deal with the measurements again. As I said, the back is 17. With the back, we will divide it by 2. By 2. So 17 divided by 2 will give us 8.5. And then we will add a seam allowance of 1/2 inch. Making 9 inches. And then on the chest line, I will remove the seam allowance I added to this one. So I'll mark the original 8.5 inches on the chest line. Then I will join it to the shoulder line, right? Now before we do that, the question that must be on your mind is that the human shoulder seems slanted a bit. How come this one is straight? Of course, you are right. This line is supposed to be a bit slanted. So we will slant our line by 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. So I'll just make a short line here. And then now measure the shoulder measurement here. The 9 inches will be here. So we can now join. Like this. So now we are having the slanted human shoulder line. So we can now peacefully join our shoulder point with the armhole point, like this. And then I will make a point 1/2 inch away from the armhole line, like this. Alright, like this. So we now have to draw the chest measurement. Mind you, this one is only the armhole line. Alright, so this point is the armhole point. It is not the chest measurement. Now the chest is 38 inches. I will divide that one by 4. And we will get 9.5. Okay, so this is it. And then we will add 1 inch seam allowance. Now the stomach measurement is 35. Alright, we will divide it by 4. And then that will give us about 8¾ 8¾ here. And then we add our 1 inch seam allowance, making 9¾ Now we will use the chest measurement, alright, for the waist measurement, because the human body, normally the chest is bigger than the waist for males. Alright, of course, when you have an abnormal human body shape, then you have to take the measurement for the waist too. So since here is 1.5, I'll make here is 9.5 rather. So I'll make 9.5 here, and then add the 1-inch seam allowance. Now the hip is 40. So we divide by 4, we will get 10. 10. Then we add our 1-inch seam allowance. So now you apply our front curve and join the points. So we have our body shape nicely drawn here. Now we are yet to draw our armhole. So we will make use of this point I put here. So I'll put the curve, and then I'll start drawing from this point through this point, make a curve here to join this point. So see, look at how I've placed my curve to join the 3 points here, here, and here. So I'll now draw the curve. So this is the front pattern of a shirt. So when you are cutting, you will cut from here to this point, to this point, to this point, to this point. However, when you are sewing, these are the original points, all right? And then we got this one because we added 1-inch seam allowance. So you seal these points rather. All right. Okay. So now we use the front pattern to draw the back pattern. With the back pattern, the material is supposed to be 2 inches longer than the front pattern. 2 inches longer than the front pattern. The 2 inches is placed at the top, not the down. So I'll add 2 inches to the shoulder line here, like this. Like this. And I'll join the points. So 2 inches and 2 inches. Like this. So I'm now supposed to take the back neck out. So I'll measure 1.5 here, 1.5 here. All right. Okay. Now, with the back view or the back pattern, when you are drawing it and you don't take care or you don't do it right, after sewing, your shirt will not lie down with ease. It will be crumpled, or when you are ironing, you find it difficult to iron the shirt straight. So watch me do the skill that you will need. I'll fold this part in. Let's say I'm cutting this part out, okay? So I don't want to cut, I'll fold it in. Folded, you understand? Then I will now fold it back down like this to lie on the shoulder line, as slanted as it is. You see? Then I will mark the points at which they join the shoulder point here, and then the neck point here. All right? Then I'll release the paper. So now I have to join these points. All right? And then I use my curve to join these points to this line. So as you can see, this is the back neck, this one is the front neck, this one is the back shoulder line, this one is the front shoulder line, back neck, front neck. So the only difference you will see is that the back shoulder is longer than the front shoulder, right? And also with the armhole, we don't cut the back armhole to be equal to the front armhole, because with the human body, the back armhole is a bit extended than the front. You can check your body, for example. In one of my videos, I'll just bring a friend and show you the human body pattern so that you understand. So perhaps this is how you can cut the back armhole. So the short dashes represent the back armhole, then the straight curve represent the front armhole. So we have here the back shoulder line, front shoulder line, back neck, front neck. So this one is the chest line, the stomach, line, the waist line, and then we have the hip line, right? So this one is the seam allowance. From here to here is the seam allowance for the down. So you seam it inside like this. You can check your shirt that you're wearing right now. You can see that something has been folded inside. Part of the material is folded inside like this. So this is the main shirt pattern. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell right there so that you won't miss my next video. With my next video, you have to stay tuned because it will be a continuation from this. I'll be teaching you how to draft the hand or sleeve pattern. Thank you.